Hello everyone, it's me, Izzy, and I'm back. And it's Tunic Tuesday. And if you've been around for a while, you know what that means. We'll be playing Tunic. Tunic is a lovely, lovely indie game. Tricky at some points, especially those boss fights. Seriously, one of them took me 40 tries. Let's not go there again. But yeah, I've been loving this game a lot, so I'm really looking forward to diving back in. I'll do a little recap of what I did in 8-bit. Before I do that, how are you guys? I've been busy playing new games. Well, new old games, new to me. But games that have been around for about 10 years. Thank you, lovely, lovely Fed, aka my boyfriend, for getting me into this. No. I'm currently kind of liking Warframe. Besides that, of course, I still have a huge love for indie games. And, well, there are some cool ones coming up, one of which I'm happy to say that I finally will be able to talk about it. NDA will be lifted on the 18th, and the game itself will be releasing the 21st of this month. And that is Astrea, a dice deck building game. Very intriguing gameplay. I played it for the first time last year at Gamescom. Actually had a little appointment with the creators of the game to go check it out there on the floor, get a bit of a time with the game, and some explanations from the developers as well. It was a really, really nice experience, and that's where I also signed up for the closed beta tests and everything that they did. Due to circumstances, I have not been as active there as I would have liked. I'm really, really sorry to the devs, but I have been following all the changes they've been making to the game in the meantime, and really looking forward to actually showing you guys the game as well on the 21st of September once it released. And I might have a little surprise for you guys then as well, so make sure to follow me and be there on the 21st. With that being said, was there anything else? I'd love to hear from you guys, of course, how you are doing. Hope you guys are doing okay, having a wonderful start to your week. Or if it's not the case, I'm sorry. I'm sure things will get better, and if you want to talk about it, I'm always sure there's people that want to talk about it with you or listen. I usually am one of those persons, just I don't know on stream, but feel free to shoot me a DM. But yeah, for today, we're continuing with Tunic. Look at that lovely, lovely sword that I'm hoping will be mine finally. We've been trying for a while now to get our hands on this sword, and it's been a bit of a meanie. Sorry, I quickly need to do something because this is getting annoying. There we go. The sword has been a bit, well, has a guardian that's been a bit of meanie. He kicked us into the afterlife, so we are still a ghosty form. But we figured some stuff out at the end of last stream, actually, about the ghosty form. We also got this really cool move power, which lets us zappity zap all over the place. So far, we've collected 3 hexagons that were breaking open a prison on a foxy person. The one that looks very similar to the one at these statues. So I thought, yay, well, this is gonna be it, this is the end. Then, nope, the game didn't really tell me what I was supposed to do. Ran around a little bit, went to check on the sword, because I was like, well, wait a minute, there was this gigantic sword sticking out of something over there, and it looked really cool, so I really want to have it. So maybe that's where I should go, which I did. And then we got murderized. I've been since stuck in this lovely ghost form, doing all kinds of stuff, defeating some more annoying critters, defeating myself, up to the point where I got to an arena last week, where I had to defeat 6 types of different monsters, each in separate rounds, all in one go without dying, so that took me a bit. But we managed it, and that gave us this lovely crown. And also showed us that the hero's grave statues that we've been finding around the map actually hold a secret. And they could transport us to a well, an overworld thing. I don't know exactly what it is. Could be heaven, I don't know. But we turned into our normal foxy self there. And we could grab something which gave us back the stamina bar completely, the way I had it before I became a ghost. And then I could do the same thing again at another hero's grave, and it gave me my health back. So currently what we're gonna try and do is get all of those things back, and I'll show you guys in a second what I mean. I did say last stream that I was gonna be looking around a little bit because I felt really lost, didn't really remember how to get to certain places, so I've been doing some research, been roaming around and trying to get things figured out, and then I noticed this. There is this weird ass path over here leading to yet another platform, which I hadn't found before. Which actually leads us here, where I had been trying to get last stream. I really couldn't figure out how the heck I was getting back into the forest and to the grave there, because all my letters seem to be gone. And then I found this path, which, as it says up there, is... Ow! Can you not? Okay, I need to get rid of these guys or I'm not gonna survive this. Let's heal up real quick. Stop shooting me! Thank you! Why so rude, these critters. Ow! Stop throwing dynamite. Oh, wait. Okay, not step in the fire myself, because that is gonna hurt. That one can't hurt me, so let's just go on ahead. So, what we figured out, if I do this, which I could do next to the obelisks, over at these statues, it takes me to the hero's grave. So I'm still my ghostly self. But there's these pedestals. Unfortunately, I can't get to another one from here, so I really need to go back to all the statues. This one should give me part of my stuff back as well. I had a couple of upgrades. Don't know anymore what this one was exactly. I think the potions? Oh no, my attack power, so I deal more damage again with my weapons. So that's always a good thing to have. But yeah, I've been running around looking for these things. And it's one of the many ones that I still needed to get back, so... That being said, let's go back to our little booklet. As you see, we are still missing pages as well. We've been very diligent in gathering those though, so we do have quite a few. But it does seem like I'm gonna have to go back to every single of those pathways, those warping paths, and go back to the heroes' graves and get my stuff back. So I am quickly gonna take a nap over here. So my health and everything is all the way back up. Can't really go running around without that, can we? That's gonna be dangerous. I do not like the bright white there though. I'm sorry if people are getting flashbang because of it. Definitely not my intention. But it also made me wonder, are there more secret pathways like that I've missed? Doesn't seem to be the case. This one is taking me to the sword guy. Where did this one take me again? I have the one in the temple, in the forest temple. Where's this skin? Oh, it's outside the house. I don't remember this one. I do remember something in this area though that I was still missing, so let's see if I can go get that. Unless I grabbed it last time, there was a booklet page on a spot where I couldn't get through. Oh, I already grabbed it. Okay. Was there a hero statue somewhere here as well? I almost think there has to be one, right? I mean, they're a little bit everywhere, so... Would be strange if this spot didn't have one. Oh, I thought for a second I got myself stuck there. I'm not so sure where I'm going. Yeah, that doesn't look too good. That purple crap is no good. Really is not. It's been an issue for a while. Trying to murder us and such. What do you say? West Garden, okay. Does the West Garden have a... It should have a statue. It does indeed. Here we go. Pretty sure we haven't been to this one yet, so that's another one down. That means 2 left. This is the little foxy one. There we go. That gave us our defense back, so we should be able to take a couple of more hits as well. So I still need to get my potion power, which I believe was that my potions healed up for more, and my magic, which I really, really want back because I thrive on magic. I really do. But then another one that I found, yes, I found most of them to be fair. But I decided not to grab, of course, because it's a lot more fun for you guys to actually see what I'm doing as well. And be kind of part of the process. The next one, I had to walk quite a bit. Just getting there with the world broken as it is now. Yeah, that ain't easy. It's was a bit of a mess. I want to grab onto the other one. Oh wait, why is that one not on my? Maybe. There you go. It makes certain things so much easier. Grappling onto stuff and also linking around with my new power is also godsend because not being able to do that was quite a bit of a nightmare. So, for the next one, like I said, we're going on a bit of a hike. If I remember the word road. I think I do. This is where we had to leave the hexagons. As you can see, all three are here. Loading at there is... having saved, I guess, the queen or whatever she is of this world. She did seem grateful. Then again, she also looks a lot like the dude who was pissed off and doesn't want me to have the sword, so it might have been a he all along and I was just being a stupid dumb. Was this the way? I don't think this is the way, is it? Uh-oh. There's a mosquito here. Oh, this is the way. We need to go all the way to the top of the mountain. And go down the hidden path that I did already find at some point, but didn't really realize what it was for. And to be fair, this game is littered with hidden pathways and such. Which is also what makes it a lot of fun. It makes you just try and walk against walls and see where it will lead. Because yes, I've been doing that quite a bit, just walking against walls and see where it takes me. This place is a bit creepy though, as you can see. And it's gotten even worse since whatever happened with me dying and stuff. Wait a minute. Okay, I can't go that way. You have to go this way. Across, across. Alright, this is where... This was a statue. I hadn't been able to rest at before either because of, well, it being in the middle of this. I may be misremembering my way. No, it was somewhere in here. Oh, crap. Ow. I had him too. I swear I did. But, oh, let's see something. Because that's not the way back into the... I need to get up there, I think. Okay, let's go check this away. Oh gee, thanks. I'm not sure if I can still do something with that. Think. There must be something I'm missing here, because... Just go down. Stop trying to blink it. I am quickly gonna change that one into this ridiculously looking thing. That way at least most of this skunk stuff doesn't really bug me. It actually is a gas mask, basically, so it protects me from a whole bunch of crap. That's just leading me back there. Come on, I did this the other day and I don't remember how anymore. Which is kind of annoying. So we are currently where was my map of the monastery? I'm pretty sure I had one, didn't I? Where he... That's the main... Grand Atoll, Eastern Faults... bathroom and the well, the overworld. Apparently, I do not have a map of the monastery. Guess I'm still missing one of the maps then. The only thing I can do is go over here. Okay, was there another way I could take when I was in here? I just completely and utterly missed. Yes, there is. Can of course just take the ladder over here. Which leads me to the same point, so that's useless. But I can't get past that point. I know I did this. Oh, this is annoying. Really, really, really annoying. Because it's kind of annoying. Okay, let's go do another one and think on this one. And then hopefully when we get back here, we can figure it out. I'm sure we'll be able to, but, you know. I have a feeling I need to be able to get to that rope somehow. And then down the path over there. But the game is not letting me. I've been known to bug this ability out a little bit though. It would drop me on the platform I wasn't supposed to get to. It doesn't seem to want to do that now, so we'll come back here later. Because right now I can't think of how I did it. Well, how I'm supposed to do it. I know there is one over in that area. And somehow that's the way to get to it, but I have a feeling that maybe in ghosty form it's a bit buggered. And I have no clue how to get out of ghosty form. Although some of the things that I have seen in the past do seem to suggest I should be able to. I have avoided most things about the game though, so I could go in as blind as possible, because that's the way I like playing my games. Not too many spoilers, just, you know. jump in and see where it leads me. But this one is kind of stomping me, and it's bugging the hell out of me. Let's down this path. Not really a hidden path then. Okay, let's go back to our fallen platforms. There's one more that I do know how to get to. Just kept getting murderized when I was trying to get close to it. So let's hope that doesn't happen today. Unless you guys like seeing me die, then I hope for you guys it does happen. Really, that's too far. I don't know what you're saying, I'm sorry. Hi, person. From here, I could blink over through here. Did I have another coin I could throw in? No. Oh, by the way, I just thought of something. As I just got mushrooms earlier. So I'm wondering, can I still... Well, not right now, because I don't have the coins for it. Damn it. Need to find some way to make some coins so I can try if that still works, because that is a magic buff. So it would be nice to have a little bit of extra magic if we can manage to work that out. But I need 400 coins for that. So I still need to go to find the hero's grave in the library and the monastery. In the monastery we just were, but as you guys can see, there's something buggered there. Or I buggered something up, or I'm just not seeing the solution just yet. Here I am quickly gonna save here just in case. I remember going here last stream even. And then enemies appeared. And with them around, I was not able to do anything, basically. I know the statue is somewhere down here. All the way down this tower. I remember that from playing through this earlier. Feels like ages ago, even though it was just a couple of weeks. I believe the statue is actually over here. Under that black stuff. And you woke up last time. Yeah. And you murderized me. No, I'm not a fan. This is an issue though, because if I keep running away, I'll Murderize. Okay, let's quickly put that on there, just in case. I still can't get there. But there's another of those statues over here, so something tells me he's gotta wake up. Oh, that was stupid. Ow, ow. There we go. That's him down too. And that does indeed unlock our buddy here. Yeah, nice the hero. So maybe it's something similar like this to the monastery? Maybe I had to defeat that weird ass, whatever it is, ghost foxy thing. Oh, this one is good though. This is my magic. Because I could do a lot more with my magic before than I could do now. There we go. Just need to go replenish it at a statue, but that's fine, because we're close to one. Let's go back up. To our buddy the librarian. And the statue up there can give us back all our mana and everything, and then we'll go back to that mountain door and back down the path towards the monastery, because that is now basically the last one we need. And let's face it, we want everything back before anything else, before even trying to get our sword back, because something tells me we're gonna need every little bit of help and strength and health and magic that we can get. As you can see, I can now use 24 balls of fire. That's always good. Okay. You were the one that took me. Yep. I remembered it correctly. Only 300 coins. That's not enough. I needed 400. And the annoyance is there's no enemies here, so sleep again here. So I don't get put all the way back there, even though this is also quite far from the monastery, but well, just sleep at the statue that is just outside there as well. Can never sleep too much, right? Also, sorry if I'm looking sweaty and stuff. It's a little heat wave again this week, 30 degrees all week long, and I'm not too happy about that. I am happy that I did indeed decide to go early in the morning to my internship tomorrow, get my contract sorted, and I'm so stoked of doing this internship. It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be trying for me, I think. Because I'll be working with people who have dementia in any way, shape or form, so Alzheimer's will be present as well. And in November it will be 2 years ago that my grandpa actually passed away due to the consequences of Alzheimer's. He lived with it for 7 years. He was my rock, he was my hero. So losing him to something like Alzheimer's was quite rough. not just for him, mostly for him, but also for everyone around him, like me, my family. I always carrying with me wherever I go. He taught me most of what I know when it comes to respect and giving people chances and everything. It's something that I hold dear very, very much. He was the one that showed me that respect is something, yes, it should be earned, but at the same time, if you don't give respect, you will never earn it. It's a bit of a two-way street kind of deal, which a lot of people seem to forget. I've worked for 11 years at a supermarket before actually attempting the school I'm currently at. Yes, I'm that old. Horrible, isn't it? But it's something that he taught me, like, working at the supermarket as well. I loved it. I truly did. It's been a fun job. I love my coworkers, especially when I was still working in Brussels. And my coworkers there were just amazing. And yeah, the disrespect we used to get just because we were working at a supermarket at times was insane. But yeah, like I said, respect is something that you have to earn. But at the same time, you have to give it to earn it in return. And it sounds so weird because everybody's like, yeah, but you shouldn't just give anybody the respect you think you're owed, or however you want to call it. Okay, come on, critter. I need to be able to get past this somehow. I'm 100% sure of it. Ow. Ah, damn it. But I almost hit him. What was it? Oh yeah, I was talking about respect. I ended up following my grandfather's advice in a lot of ways, like, okay, you're disrespecting me and my job. But I'm just gonna look past it and think you had a frustrating day at work, or somebody was mean to you. I don't know what the shit you're dealing with, but it's probably something stupid like that, which is making you act out towards me, even though you don't know shit about me. And the strange thing is, it actually worked in a lot of ways. I don't know how to explain it, but there were so many times that I would then later on the same day come across those same people again, and their attitude towards me would have changed. Okay, you're annoying. Oh, I think I finally found a way to actually properly use my thing. This one. That thing is actually a freezy thing, so it does take a lot of magic to use, but it will freeze the enemy on spot, so it won't be able to attack me. And I should be able to attack it if I can hit it with it. So that's what we'll be attempting right now. I'm gonna leave that there for a second, for the simple fact that actually activating it... Ha! We'll push back. My bad! That was me screwing up, so I do know now what to do. Okay, so we are gonna put this one there, those there. So we can freezy it and whackety whack it. And then when we run out of freezies and wackies, we can try the rest with the dynamite. Sounds like a solid plan. Oh, and to finish my train of thoughts about respect, just saying, try and respect everybody that comes out at you in any way. You don't know what they're dealing with underneath the surface. I know myself, I've been dealing with some shit lately, and also kind of pissed off at... There's only one of them? Good. If that would have, you know, popped up a second one as like, hey, we're not done yet, I would have been very, very mad. And that gives us our last things back. Finally! Okay. We got this. That means I should be 100% whole again. Still kind of dead, but, you know. At least got everything. Oh! And even better. That makes me me again! I don't remember what this does, but at least it didn't do something. I'm my little corporeal self again! Whoop whoop! Aha! Okay, good. I missed my colorful body. Look at me, I'm all colorful again. Aren't I pretty? The fox, not me. Okay, let's do this. Oh, I should maybe have kept my mask on. Oh well. We'll be resting up anyways, so... Is the world still fucked though? Yeah, the world is indeed still fucked. Okay, you. Heal me up, please. There we go. That looks a lot better. Now we need to figure out how to deal with the bugger that has the sword that I really want. The sword that will turn me into an actual hero, because you know, every hero really needs a big shiny sword. Especially when we're tiny like this. I have a shield, and you know, I mean, we have a sword, but who wouldn't love to have a bigger one? And I would love to see that door open, but so far have not figured out how to open it. There are other doors we figured out last stream as well, how to open them up, but I haven't found any really anymore. Haven't really been looking for them as well. I mostly went looking for where the heck were those hero graves, because those are the main things to get. There are still quite a few secrets that I know I haven't found yet. And some of those will require me to look around a lot, so I'm not going to bore you guys with that. Unless, of course, people want that, but then they'll have to let me know. In the meantime, can't I just go? Oh, I need to go all the way around down here. Where we need to go is the yellow platforms, because there is one platform within that area which basically holds what we need. A gigantic arena where a fox critter is waiting for me with a gigantic sword. The sword was glowing and just looking pretty there before I actually got all the pieces and saved whoever was in the bubble. Oh yeah, do I understand you now? Nope, I still don't. Wait, what? Something bad. No shit, something bad happened to you? I did not realize. This game got quite dark here and there. With like the obelisks realizing that some kind of fox creature was actually inside of those. That was one of those moments where I was like, seriously, wait, what am I doing here? Why am I murdering / torturing these? Am I actually torturing these every time I'm activating these these obelisks? Because there is this noise coming out of them, which sounded a bit like screeching. But the more I came across them after realizing what was inside of them, the more I was certain, yeah, this is screeching of some kind of critter. And I'm actually torturing them whenever or it's drawing power from them. Give me that sword! Ow! I should have taken some of my other weapons. Should have switched them out before getting in here. Oh, we can throw the sword as well. Okay. So, I did get him a quarter down. And it puts me back all the way here. Right. And there's no statue over there that I can take a nap at. Okay, we're walking all the way back, and reminded to myself I need to take a nap before going in again. I need to remember there is... Wait, which one was that again? I remember there being one statue really close to one of those platforms. Oh, I remember which one. The hero's grave one. They were really close to each other. So if I go to that one, also before anything, I'm gonna put those back there. Because while the freeze is fun, I don't do that much damage to it because he breaks free quite quickly. I think with the fire I might be able to do a little bit more damage. I also hope I do not need to do that, take that whole health bar down, because it's gonna take a while. Oh wait, I think I was being stupid either way, by the way. There's a shorter way to get back there that I had found last time. Yep, there is. Oop. Already at least taken up over here. Because from here it's not too far through one of those thingies either. All the way down. There's one here too. Oh, nope. Stand still. Warp it up. And now I have my blinkety blink. This actually works. Yeah, I believe... No, that's not true what I'm saying. No. This was the library, right? The library has the one closest to each other. Because it's literally right next to it. Nope. Not the one we wanted. That was the one below it. There we go. That way they're right next to each other. Easy peasy way to get back at the air. No. God damn it. I do believe we don't have one of those spots over here, do we? No, we do not. Okay, that is it. That is set. Put those there. Oh, wait. Whenever I go down, he seems to go down too. If he's not happy that he defeats me. I want to make one change. sure if it's gonna do anything. But those replenish my mana, so I should be able to use my shots a little bit more. My last potion. Ow. Oh, I do. That's not really useful, is it? Well, it could be. So just gonna stick with it. Watch out for the white flashes. Really do not like that they picked white for that. So. Wow, my stamina is gone. And my health as well. And I have no more potions. If I make it past this with this little health left, yeah. Well, I was gonna say, that's not gonna happen, is it? But quite consistently down to that point again. So that's good. Coming. Ow, 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 ow. Ah, fuck! Come on, stamina. Come on, come on, come on. Stamina, replenish. Almost have him. Whew. We're getting better. We are getting better, so that's a good sign. got it. Please don't say there's a second phase to this fight. Oh, crap! Oh, okay, so there's a second phase. Did not see that coming. But there was a point where I could just keep wailing on him in there. You're gonna see I'm gonna have to do the whole fight over again. It's not gonna be, you can start at the second phase though. It's gonna be one of those, you have to start all over. Yep. Like I said. No more health potions again, so this is gonna be tough. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Please tell me to do it. Not again. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Oh. Think we got it? I had no more potions, I had very low health, so I'm very happy that there was not a third phase. We're back in spirit form. Wait, what? And now we are stuck? What just happened? We took her place. I still didn't get my sword, did I? I'm never getting my sword. This is so mean. And we are now the ones stuck inside the crystal. But holy shit, we did it, guys. There had been one moment with one of the bosses that I was like, okay, fuck this game, I'm gonna give up. But I'm very, very happy I did not do it, and I just kept going at it. I still not 100% sure where the story went. As in, who are those glowy purple fox guys that are stuck inside those obelisks? Why are they stuck in there? Doesn't really get explained. We're still missing a couple of the pages of the instruction booklet as well. But to be fair, those are all written in gibberish, so we still wouldn't know what exactly is going on there, what it would say. Yeah. Wow. Okay, I did not expect to basically put me in the place of the fox that we just destroyed. It makes me think that the fox we destroyed was not just the one at the shrines, but also indeed the hero that we saw at the hero graves. Even though in the hero grave itself, so where we got our stuff back, it showed us the little fox, so Tunic, the way we were running around. And now that little fox is stuck in the crystal, which makes me wonder, does that mean there is like a new game plus situation going on, where you go back in and get the rest or start over? Oh, okay, I just saw something about them thanking the whole speedrunning community of Tunic, which is pretty cool. Tunic is one of the games that gets speedrunned quite a lot during GDQ and AGDQ. I've never watched them, mainly because I still wanted to play the game myself and didn't want to get too spoiled on where to find things and such, even though they use tricks to get to places that I would never be able to pull off. But next time they have GDQ or AGDQ and Tunic will be shown, I'll definitely be watching to see how they did better than I did. It's so amazing to finally be able to say, I did it, I finally played Tunic, finally finished it. I've been wanting to play it for ages, ever since it released basically, and there have been so many awesome indie games everywhere releasing over the past couple of years. And then there is we are gonna do the New Game Plus situation here. Why is my controller? It's interesting to see a lot of this stuff actually being shown at GDQ as well, because it shows you ways of playing a game that you'd never have thought of, and for someone like me that is quite interesting, because I'm always like, okay, how the freak am I supposed to do this or whatever. And at least I kept all my pages, yay. So now I can basically do the New Game Plus if I want to find the rest of the pages and stuff, and though it does seem I lost my crown. So I can't link over to there. But yeah, we're finished. Oof, I've only been going an hour and 20 minutes. I did not expect to finish this soon. I expected it to finish, on stream, but like I said, not this quickly. So my gold and everything carried over. Nice. This button, I think. Yes. There we go. There you have it. Tunic! I'm quickly gonna check one tiny thing. So I could just potentially... That's new. That file 6. That one and that one seems to be the same. That seems to be... I did try to play this game once before, so I'm guessing that's the first one. I'm curious what this one is, but I'm gonna figure that out off stream, not now. But this is done. Well, we are currently streaming Wavetale on Thursday, so I'm gonna keep that on Thursday. Just give me a sec. I'd love to start up that game, but I'm not allowed to just yet. Need to wait at least 13 more days before the embargo lifts on the game. That game being Astrea, look it up. It's really, really looking cool. Dice deck building game. Quite new. The whole idea, the artwork of the game is so gorgeous. I've been playing it quite a bit lately. Well, I have been playing it quite a bit when this, not lately, I mean at the start of the closed beta that I got into. But like I said, NDA prevented me from actually talking about what I was seeing and what I was doing in the game, so I'm really gonna be happy once I can finally stream it and share it with all of you. I know it's gonna be releasing on the 21st, which is a Thursday. So depending on what time it releases, I should be able to show you guys straight on at the launch of the game. But I've had enough of excitement for today with Tunic being done. So what I'm actually gonna switch over to is the second game of Monument Valley. I streamed this game a couple of weeks ago to try out my new setup and everything. And I really enjoyed the first one, so I think it's only fair to give the second one a try as well. So while I change my title and everything, let's put that one, let's have that one start up. There we go. That's that done, and then here I just need to switch to that one. There we go. So for the... Oh, we're playing with a new character. Ro. So for those who were not around the first time that I played Monument Valley, Monument Valley is a puzzle game very much inspired by the artworks of Mr. Escher. I'm not a big artsy fan or anything, but Escher always has had this special place in my heart because his drawings seem very geometrical and everything, but they don't make sense. There's always something like water flowing upwards without the help of whatever, pumps or scoops or whatever, or staircases that seem to go at infinitum, things like that. And it's always fascinated me. So when I first saw Monument Valley, the first one, I was like, oh my god, I need to play this game. I finally got around to it, I guess a couple of weeks ago. Also already had Monument Valley 2 installed, but the first one was actually just enough for one stream. So I said, okay, Monument Valley 2 will also get streamed at some point, but I'll just, do that at some other point when I got time. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be moving around, apparently as Row this time around. And we're going to have to get her to this point up there by messing with things. So perspective and everything is very much a thing in this game. As you saw, it doesn't make sense, but it works. And that's what I really like about it. There's this game recently came out, Viewfinder, that also kind of does that. You take pictures of something and then you place them somewhere else, and all of a sudden there's a path, you go into the picture and it makes sense. And I really like those kind of like mind-boggling things. And Monument Valley did that really well in the first one, so I'm very curious to see what the second one is going to bring us. Shoo, that was the first tiny little intro puzzle, which introduced Row, a new character, at least for me, she's a new character. And we'll be following her through her adventure. The vestibule, in which Row introduces her child to the valley. Okay, so we do have a completely different story going on as well. The last one, we were apparently a princess who stole something. So we were giving back the stolen geometrical shapes and such. Until at the end, we also met some other critters that looked a bit bird-like. And it find out that she was one of them, which was really well done. So here is how they are going to bring this story. Apparently it's about Row and her child. Oh. There it is. Aww. Get hugged. Okay, the kiddo is going to be following me. Okay. Okay. It's mainly just clicking on where you think she needs to go, and then clicking on the next one. Turning, twisting thingies. The first puzzles tend to be fairly okay-ish, but especially in the first game, some of them became a bit trickier towards the end. But I really did love the art style of the game, and then the soothing music and everything. It's just... Okay, something tells me they want us to go there. Just an idea. Oh, yep, they did indeed. And that one. But yeah, the games ease you into the puzzles, like slowly. And over the course of the game they do get trickier. But the soundscaping of the game and the imagery of it, in the first one at least, was really well done. So I'm hoping this second one is just going to be as good. Okay, so... again, what's going on? So we can't be standing on the thing we're turning when we want to turn it, so... Not a button over there, so I guess we're supposed to press that one. Oh. Okay. That allows us to go into that door. Looks like we're going into some kind of a house. Bro? Where's your kiddo? We lost our kid. Oh. One of those ghosties again. Even in youth, we knew the work our mothers left for us. Ro, I see fear. Do you forget how young we were? Oh, there's kiddo. So this time around, we're not bringing things back. We're collecting the light into our hat. Complete. And at the end of each level, the game also gives you the opportunity to take a screenshot. I did that with the first one a couple of times because there were some really, really gorgeous images in it. It seems like Ro, her kiddo, is going to be coming along with us. The oasis in which young eyes see new wonders. So that place we can go to without issue. So these we can actually move up and down while standing on it normally. Yeah. So there's different types of platforms you can turn or you can move like that. Some you can indeed stand on while it's moving, whereas others will not allow you to do so. So this one, then all the way up. Oh, wait. Mm-hmm. And I was just going. Oh! Oh! No! Not my kiddo! Oh no! They're getting separated from our kid? Okay, so this one goes up. No! Okay. Like I said, Escher-esque. So all of a sudden we're just defying gravity, basically. Oh no, wait. I do this and then stand on the point. Oof. Reunited. And then I guess we're going back here. And then go in here. Yes. Okay, so there's gonna be moments where I'm gonna have to save my kiddo, I guess. And we can that way, yeah. That's also a new mechanic, having to complete the area around us. This time, whatever was in our hand is actually carrying out. Okay, so I'm supposed to do what? Oh, I just get to draw my own things. Wait, what? Okay, that's pretty cool. Huh. So here at the end you get to draw your own little geometric shape, or, well, more like mandalas, I guess? Mandalas? I never know how to pronounce that word, to be fair. So sorry if I'm butchering it. I think in Dutch we tend to say mandala, which sounds okay-ish. Number 4, the viaduct, in which the child learns her first lesson. It's raining. The color schemes in this game are so pretty. So, oh, there's another one of the bird guys. These guys we met in the first game. Bird ones. Okay, so you go there. And if I then do this, he goes there, and the kid goes there. Am I gonna have to play with that mechanic, like them doing their own thing each? That could be interesting. That would definitely make it different from the first game. Oh, got it. That's such an Escher shape. I have a book with all kinds of artworks from Escher. I should have looked that up. It's easy to be nervous when she grows so quickly. Often the challenges we face do not require the strength to hold on, but the strength to let go. This game is... okay. Okay, so the kiddo sort of follows where mommy goes. If mommy goes straight, the kiddo goes straight. Over. Mother can go through the door. Mommy gets in on there. And then both can go through doors. Okay, so this is gonna require me not just to think of what her movements are gonna be, but also where the kid is gonna go. Because the kid seems to want to follow wherever mother goes. Okay, so I need the kid to stand still there. And then have both of them go to the button. Fell back down. And then let's go through the door. Yes, that worked. Okay. And apparently sometimes it's all about just having mother son on one spot and then guide the kid to mom. Okay. I was wondering how they were going to step up their game for the second one, because the first one felt finished when it came to story and everything. And the way they did the puzzles was like, okay, every puzzle is more or less different than the last one, but still there are some limitations, you could say. So I was curious how they were gonna... No. Sorry. So I was very curious as to how they were going to be doing this. Like, okay, they're going to have to make different levels, but how are they going to make them quite different from what they did in the first game? And now seeing we have a second person and actually having to guide that second person through the whole level, it's a very interesting idea, because it's yeah, it's new basically. It gives the game another dimension beside what it already had. It already had quite a bit of depth to it, so it's definitely interesting to see that they've been able to add to it. And it also requires you to think differently from how you were thinking in the first game, because let's face it, the first game it was quite straightforward, like, hey, go from point A to point B and figure it out. Here you have to think, okay, you have to go from point A to point B, but at the same time I have this kid who's not with me right away, that I somehow either need to get him to come with me, or I need him to find his own way to the exit, but he moves when mom does. So you have to find balance between those two, and it's really well done. So, the archipelago in which the child must find her own path. So does this mean we're gonna be controlling the kiddo on its own? Oh, wait. Ah, okay, so that's how that's supposed to be done. So we can stand on top of there. Okay. And also this feels very much like it's a story of a mother seeing her kid grow up. Ah, we've got princess castles. So this is a yellow door. Let's lead to the other yellow door. That's what I thought. And this should then lead to that one, I believe, which makes me go. So if I go back to there, okay, so that button does indeed stay down. Because as we saw in the last level, some buttons do not when you. Oh, okay, and then we can go there. Which opens the door to Mom, and then Mom can go on as well. So now basically the kiddo is taking over from Mommy, and I think. Oh? Ah, okay, there we go. So that's that. Then we noticed if we do this, we can actually go to this button. Which puts us in front of Mother. Ah, there we go. And Mother can go through her door. So on this level it does indeed seem like Mother has to watch while daughter is learning the ropes and learning how this world works. Wait, no. On a line. No. Ah, okay, there we go. So go on this one, then move it once more. There we go. So we can move over to that one, which then moves us to the button. Oh. I'm a dumb idiot. Okay. I got it. So, go back there. Then on the green one. Oh. Mother is like, okay, this is gonna take a while, so I'm gonna play the flute for a little bit. Can get on there. In the same way as I did before, I can get on that one. It should be able to get me to this button. All these perspectives are so confusing. And then I go back, I get the green one over there. That's not gonna work though. Oh wait, no it does. This should be, yeah. The line over there is not really clear, but there's actually no barrier there anymore, so you can just walk on. Also, Ma, stop playing the flute. There we go. This guy changed. She has done well, but some lessons must be learned alone. Solitude brings its own perspective, and you both have more to see. So we had the kid needing mom, and learning how to stand on its own, with mom still supervising. And is this gonna lead to kid doing everything on their own? It sure sounded like it. Did not expect that! Or that. So not only were those spaces hiding underneath, but after they came forward, they also shifted to a side or something? Okay, this is a lot of whack. I made a star. And then they make something wacky out of it anyways. I do have a feeling that these levels are gonna slowly lead towards some sort of row no longer being there and the kiddo having to do everything on its own. Which makes me think this game is not just about what's it called? Just about solving the puzzles, but it's also trying to teach us, like, not necessarily how to be a parent, because, I mean, it's applicable to more than just being a parent. I definitely see some similarities with some of the stuff that I had to learn at school in the past 2 years, and that I have to apply to the people I work with. So far, those have been people with very severe, multiple disabilities, both physical and mentally. For instance, then last year I did a whole year at the most amazing place called Theater Stop, which is a theater for people with mental disabilities. They are amazing. Make sure to check them out. And then after that, this year I'm going to be working with people with dementia, Alzheimer's, and everything that falls under that particular branch. And the thing is that this game is telling you basically that can be applied not just with your own kids, but also when you, for work, for instance, have to work with other people. Like, if you ever have to train a new person at your job, at first they'll want to observe and follow you around. Then after a while they'll start feeling comfortable and they will try and start taking over, do things on their own, with you still supervising, up to the point where you can just let them do their own thing and they know you're still there if it's needed. But you no longer need to hover around and you can just trust they're gonna do their own thing. And even if something can always go wrong. That's fine. It's a teachable moment, and it's something that I think everybody should be given the opportunity. One of the things we've noticed throughout our education at school, or at least I did, I don't know if classmates did, but I did, is that, especially in the past, a lot of people were like, okay, you've got a disability, whether it's mental or physical or anything. We need to do everything for you. Oh, but you've got this, so yeah, but they can't because, they're mentally not that strong, or physically, they're in a wheelchair, things like that. I myself have spent some time in a wheelchair because of health issues over 2 years ago. It's still surreal that it's almost 2 years ago since I actually got to say goodbye to it and no longer needed it for like fun days out with friends at a theme park or at a convention. I'm very grateful that my body decided, hey, if you do this kind of exercises with your physical therapist, we no longer need it, you can still walk around. But it also made me appreciate it so much more and understand it so much better. I'm not saying I understand it 100%, don't get me wrong here, because there's still stuff that I will never understand, no matter how hard I try. So if anybody wants to educate me on those things, always welcome to. But being in that wheelchair from time to time myself, I noticed people around me change their attitude towards me. I did Gamescom for 4 days in a wheelchair, for instance, and I had a friend I was staying at a B&B with friends, and the first day, after not even half a day in that wheelchair, I actually sent a text message to another friend of mine who I knew was there, like, can you please come and find me, because I'm very uncomfortable. It's the person that was riding me around, even though they're a very nice guy, kept asking me for every 5 seconds, hey, where do you want to go? Are you okay? Are you comfortable? Oh, sorry, I hit something, even though I never felt that they hit something. And in a way I can understand it, because it's not something that you do every day, like wheel around somebody that is sitting in a wheelchair. But at the same time, you could feel he was very uncomfortable, and the friend that I knew was there as well. I knew he would not be like that. So I ended up hanging out with him for most of the rest of the day, and I actually had a lot of fun, because he didn't change his attitude towards me. And I think that taught me very much so that even though somebody might be in a wheelchair, whether that's temporarily or forever or anything in between, they are just... Not that I didn't know this before, this sounds so wrong, but it made me even more aware of how you should not act around them. And that they are just normal people like you and me who are actually capable of doing so much themselves. My internship last year also showed me these guys, they put on plays for hundreds of people. One of them is actually an actor in a Belgian TV show. Other ones were on another Belgian TV show. They just recorded a web TV show with a couple of them a month ago, was it? It was in July, which should be airing in like a month or so. And it was amazing to see these people at my internship just do what they did. Because even though I give them credit for being able to do a lot, they still prove me wrong in so many ways that they could do so much more. And it was very humbling, because it also made me aware that some of the things I think I can do, not so much. But I had so much fun there. It was an amazing experience, and now I'm really very much looking forward to my next internship and see what I can learn from that. But yeah, the main takeaway of this should probably be that no matter who you meet out there, whether they're considered normal, neurodivergent, disabled, have a mental disorder, whatever, they are people like you and me. And you'd be surprised at what they can actually still do in a lot of cases. And we should give them the opportunity to do so. Why I'm thinking about this right now is because in this game, it seems very much, for now, that we can see a mother teaching her kid to do things and probably gonna have to let go at some point of her kid, and let the kid take over and do its own things. And even though, of course, there are always people that will need support and help for some things, it's not because we feel like they need the help that it necessarily is the case. Even kids, they can amaze you at what they're actually capable of doing. I know people will most likely disagree with me and think, what the heck is she on about? I'm not here to hear her bitch and moan about this, but the whole accessibility thing in gaming as well is something near and dear to my heart. Also one of the reasons why I want to go to the job that I'm gonna do. And oh, there she goes, having to let go of her kiddo. That's what basically the parents at Theater Stop did every day. They trusted us to make sure their kids were working, because that's literally what Stop was for the kids. I'm sorry, they're not kids, they're young adults. Some of them not so young anymore. I mean, the ages went from just in 20 to towards the 50. So, I mean, it was amazing to work with them and to see how much they just did on their own. Sure, sometimes you had to prod and poke them to get them started. I mean, we had a couple of them that was like, I don't want to do this. And then once they were actually doing it, they were enjoying themselves so much. So, you know, sometimes you have to prod and probe, and that's what a parent has to do as well. Sometimes they have to poke their kid a little bit, like, hey, go do this or go try that. And then you have to let go. And it's scary. I mean, even at my internship last year, I went with them to help at one of their performances. And it was kind of scary to be there and just be there and not really doing much. Okay, I was helping make sure they got on the spot where they needed to be to get their makeup and everything done on time. But at the same time, I wasn't feeling like I was doing all that much. And then afterwards I heard from my coworkers, thank you so much for being there. Without you, some of these things would probably not have gone as well as they did. But at the same time, I had the feeling I didn't do really much, because these people, they just know what's expected of them and they do it. The only thing is that maybe you have to say, hey, it's time to go. And if one time wasn't enough, you had to say it a second or a third time. And even that sometimes wasn't enough, and it literally was like, okay, now we're going. Get a bit angry, but more stern than actually angry. And yeah, tended to work. I still don't know how I manage it. I hope I can figure it out during this internship. How exactly I manage it. It's sometimes a gut feeling, but they hate when you say that at school. Like, gut feeling should not be followed, and I think that's complete another bollocks, but hey, academia is not always that how should I say it? That forgiving. It has to be done a certain way, you know, and if it doesn't necessarily fit that way, they're gonna bitch at you. It's kind of the feeling I got from time to time at school. So I'm gonna be happy when this internship is done and I've succeeded and I can just move on to actually doing the work I want to do. Okay, that was enough ranting for a day. Let's get back to the game. The towers, in which there remain other pursuits for the heart. So we're back to playing as the mother. Okay. Go over here. That one's not gonna work. That one's not gonna work. That one is. Or at least go over here. That should lead to the button. Okay, that's one button pressed. If we then do this, we can press button number 2. I'm just gonna do... Okay. That wasn't too hard. I do wonder where all the colors have gone off to. Makes it feel like Mother is maybe not too happy with the fact she had to say goodbye to her kid. Oh, okay. That leads me there. That's not going to do anything. That leads me to this door. Which leads me inside. Can I? That leads me... Does not... Oh. A little more. It's actually going up and down. I'm so blind. That should allow me on. There we go. This person seems to be growing old, maybe? Sometimes it feels like nothing has changed when everything is different. Separate paths can still be part of the same journey. Your journey is one that must continue. So, are we going to be playing as both the daughter and the mother? Or... Okay, so we're back outside. And that allows me to go there. Which allows me to do this thing over there. Which I guess should allow me to go here. And then turn this one again and again. And that lets us go into the door. There was no path there. Oh, Ah, okay. Okay, this is, with the colors being the way they are, this is very confusing. Okay, so that gets me over here, which is where the door is. The way this game plays and messes around with perspective is just... back, and that lets me light the other one. And stringing going very, very yellow. Oh. That was another one I could drag, and then we're getting there. There we go. Do I get to make my own little drawing again? It looks so wonky. I like it. So are we gonna continue playing as Ro, or are we gonna go back to the kit as well at some point? I'm wondering. A Felonian in which Ro visits an old friend. So we have a button, so of course we're gonna push the button. By the way, look at these pillars up here while the roof's being upside down. Oh! Is that who I think it is? I think I know who that friend is. We had a pillar in the first game. I forgot his name. That we could actually use to move around and everything. I think we just found our buddy again. Oh. Buddy, you broke it. Oh, wait. And then I can walk over here. Move our friend out of the way, and we can go through the door. And I think it's gonna break again, or no. It's gonna have us come out there, I think. Where are we? Oh no, do I have to put him on the button? I do indeed. Well, that's fairly clear that we have to put him over there. Oh. Oh, wait. Then put him over there, maybe? Yes. That works. Sneaky. Not sneaky enough, though. This way I can get her on our buddy. And onto the button. And into the building. Oh, I guess he's coming with us. If I put her... Oh. Right. Oh, wait, if I put him over there, does this? Yes. And there's a twist in here, which allows me to get to the button over there. No, I cannot. To get her on that side. Oh, wait. I'm at, go back there. No, I didn't need to go back. I just needed to... put her there. Put this down. Put her on here. And move this over there. And then I can press the button. And there is the door. Okay, so what's up next? That's just a straight walk to the end. That's very surprising, because usually that's not that straightforward. And there's our buddy again. Like I said, usually it's not that straightforward. I can put him on the button. Wait, what? So our pillar buddy is now a house or something? Okay. Did not see that one coming either. But this does suggest, because it says Friends Reunited, that this is actually still the same character from the first game. Although no, this pillar is a different color. I'm confused. Color me intrigued. Because I don't believe the first game the character was named Ro. Could quickly check. If you give me a moment. No, the first one was Ida. Mana Untold? I think. In which reflection unfolds old memories. Oh, this is trippy. Okay, can we stop being so trippy for a second? Okay. This is gonna go inside. Okay. There's a second person. Okay. Okay, that's good. I think I may... And then over here? Yes. Okay. The fact, well, the reason I'm turning my head is because literally I have to, because else I struggle with seeing what I'm doing. Okay, so there's a version of me over there. Okay, that's a little me. Okay, I'll go up here and then... Okay, this mini-me over there is already failed. Oh wait, and then I can move it over there, and then here? It looks like it's a mini-me, doesn't it? Now it's following some old lady. Oh! Okay. Now what does the next button do? Oh, that is so twisted. That way we can actually go... This is breaking my brain! Some of these things, seriously. Oh, it's playing the flute over there. Oh, right, that does work. Allows me to go over there. And that allows me to go to this button. Okay, okay, okay. Which allows me to go up here. No, over. Alright, does take me over there. Can I? Oh, I can. Okay. And then I can go to the door, right? Yes. And it takes me further into a boat. Is this a memory? Like her as a kiddo saying goodbye to her mother? Which is basically what we just did to our own kid? This is stressed exactly the same as Ro is. So it would suggest it is. My friend. I guess I was inside of the pillar. It was showing us our past or something. Showing her that what she did is the right thing to do, because, you know, every mother at some point has to say goodbye to their kid. Has to let go and have them go on their own way. Even if it's not always easy. Letting go is probably one of the hardest things to do. Even though it's one of those things that people say so many times. Something bad happens or whatever, just let it go. If somebody bugs you, just let it go. And to be fair, I found that, yeah, in some cases that is exactly the thing you should be doing. If somebody is being toxic or rude or whatever to you for no reason, sometimes you have to let it go. But I've also learned that in a lot of ways there tends to be a reason for it. The reason might not be you per se, it might be something else that they're experiencing. But venting, whatever it is, can feel so good. The botanical gardens in which strange doorways offer new possibilities. Okay. What if I go inside of you? Oh, I can just stand on top of you and then go... That was almost too easy. Oh, wait. No, we can't step inside of... Oh, my nose is itchy. I'm so sorry. Oh, wait. To go upstairs here. That allows me to go over there. I can't turn that when she's on there. Oh, down. There we go. That gave me a pathway over there. Nope, one more. And then there. That gives us the button. Oh! Okay. should work though. Also, I all of a sudden am blue instead of the orangey yellow coat that I was wearing earlier. This is also a very Escher image. Should really have looked up the book. In our haste in looking forward, we too often forget the past. Time will not be altered, and while it passes, your purpose remains unchanged. Our monuments lie unfinished, and we look to you to continue our work. We're back to our normal colors. That seems quite straightforward. This game is way too wise for so good. Don't know what I just drew. Once it starts moving, it's actually kind of pretty. So whereas in the first game we were basically bringing back stuff to the monuments, here we are making new ones. Or completing the ones that already exist. Let's put it that way. She sits down to look at the stars. Which turned into the ocean and the kiddo. So something tells me we'll be switching over to the kid now. Who is sailing somewhere. Yep, we are going towards the kiddo now. Which is the second branch of the story. They did really step up the game with this one. Nice. The Lyceum, in which the first steps are not always the easiest. So far, seems okay. that, but we can do that. Oh. Wow, that's no good. And this one up so I can stand over there. And then turn this one, and we can get to the door. That looks like one of those princess creatures from you see in like history books and stuff, with like the two cones on their head. Our shadows grow long as we wait for one worthy to take up our mantle. She has taught you well, but there's still more to learn. The path will be hard, but remember, we walked it too. Okay. So our mother prepared us to take the place of something or other. Okay. Are we getting a hat like our mother's? Oh, we already have one. It's tiny and it's purple. Purple and blue. That's adorable. Like a tiny version of my mother's hat. Alright, next up. The orchard in which a transformation is completed. As in the kiddo's transformation. Button. Okay, that's pretty cool. We get to play with the tree, make it bigger and smaller. Well, bigger seems like the best option here. Get over there. Does that turn us? It does turn us. And it allows us to go through. Oh. Okay. Oh, that's wonky. And move this one up. Takes us to that guy. Okay, that's a cool mechanic. I thought I was not just gonna shrink, I thought I was gonna get kicked off. They did not do that. It's very interesting. Just shrinks you with it and moves you with it. And this tree is growing. So if you stand on that one and then turn it. Turn it over that way. Turn it further back and then we can get to the button. And the tree goes even bigger. I guess we can stand on there. And find... And that takes me over there. Okay, and then I need to find one. I don't know, not necessarily. This one might be able to take me there. Yes! Is this tree growing with us? Okay, that's really cool. The doorway is inside the tree. The kid has grown! Okay, that was really cool. Peel away the darkness to let in a lot of light and the kid actually grows up. Kinda sad I'm not allowed to paint with the stars anymore. But it's really cool, this. The sunken city in which sacred geometry awaits. The sacred geometry was something from the first game. I'm wondering... Oh, ah! Okay. So we here have some sort of pillar-like thing as well, which moves with one or the other. Okay. Okay, so move over on this thing, and move it right, and then go over there. Okay, that's one. Yes, we're doing the same thing here. Okay, so me over there, so I can go over there, and then put it over there. It wasn't even necessary. Oh, it's one of these again. That one twists. Oh, we have another guy. This time he has a staff. You have grown so much, and though one lesson is ending, many more lie ahead. Our spirits are restless. When your promise is fulfilled, we will be ready for your return. My return? Return to what exactly? Okay, you're wonky. we go. And that leads us over there. Oh, I guess we're gonna be drawing with the stars again. Ooh. Oh, I should have gone a tiny bit further. Oh, it warps it into something completely different anyways. Okay. It turns them into three-dimensional objects, whereas the ones with Mother, so with Row, are all two-dimensional. All flat. Interesting. There they are flat though, but in the level itself it was not. Oh, are we bringing Mother and Kiddo back together? Mirador, or a reunion. She's with all the people that we met along the way. Mother and daughter reunited. Mother can go off there. Oh. Can go over there. Mother can go over there. Not sure if that's what we're trying to achieve. There we go. It was. Can Kiddo go straight to that one and Mother straight to that one, I think? Kiddo can go there. Mother can go there. And that does seem to bring both paths together to get to the same door. Oh, there's little salamanders walking around. And here's Row. We're there. We'll go up the stairs. No clue where those are leading. Can I see that? No, I cannot. Okay, so that's one button pressed. Is it doing something for us? Which I came from. Oh! Oh, it is. She can go through that door. I did not see the doors there. Okay, you can go straight to that button. She can go straight to that button. You can go on that button. Okay, wait. Just noticed something else up there. There you go. Okay, apparently that was the solution. Oh, that ladder goes up there. And that's through and through. Nice. And both can go to their doors. I see the exit thing over there, and I see one over there. So this can go all the way down. One turn while there's somebody on it. That's nothing new. Can go over there. Okay. No, wait. That way you can go stand on that button. Then something wonky has gotta happen. go there. And now we can go to that button. What's that gonna do? Unite us there. Okay, so that... There's a whole bunch of those. What's the button gonna do? Oh, wow, okay. It's elevating the kiddo to the next one. That was still hidden. And it gets to make the image. Oh, no. That one turns again into a circular geometrical shape, whereas the others stay quite flat. Well, that one isn't flat, that one is cubic. Oh, all of the other ones are here as well. Okay, so we have an M, a V, and 2. Monument Valley 2. And I'm guessing that's the end? Which would be perfect timing. It is. Music and up the audio sign. Ah, 2 production babies. And Ro just walked into it there. Thank you for playing. Thank you guys for making an amazing game. Well, that's 2 games finished in 1 stream. Or is there also like secret levels in here, just like the first one had? There actually is a second one. But I'm not gonna be playing that right now. I am gonna call it quits for today for the stream. We're going for 3 hours again, and I do like, you know, keep it at around 3 hours for each stream. Also for myself to just be able to chill out a bit before going to bed after streaming and all that stuff. Last time the second part was quite short, so I won't be streaming that. I'll be playing that at my own pace at some point. That way I can actually switch around the stream schedule for next week a little bit. But more on that on Thursday. Thursday I will be live again with Wavetale. I started with that game last week. It's so far been so relaxing and such a lot of fun. Just surfing on the waves on her foot, on Sigrid's feet, basically. Just surfing around, sliding in the slides, and figure out what's going on with the world, destroying the gloom here and there, capturing sparks, all that kind of stuff. So I'm looking forward to continuing with that on Thursday. So definitely make sure to check that out, to come join me on Thursday while I do that. For next week, I have to see more or less what I'm going to be doing, because I really want to make sure that on the 21st, I can actually start streaming Astrea, which is a new game that's going to be releasing on that day by Little Leo Games, which is a Brazilian game studio. and it looks so promising. Their publisher is Akapura Games, who have published quite a few amazing games as well in the past, mostly indies, as they are in the end an indie publisher. So yeah, really looking forward to finally be able to show off Astrea and show you guys what I've been seeing already. And I might actually prepare a little giveaway for that as well, so make sure to keep an eye on my socials. Let's see if I can make this work, because it doesn't always want to. I have a feeling my bot is asleep. Seriously? My bot's seriously asleep? Yep. Well, that sucks. Because that should have shown. Yeah, why is it not working? Well, that's strange. Okay, just give me a little second. Actually, check on. Yeah, okay, so that's not working, so I'm gonna have to figure out why not. In the meantime, let's just do it the old-fashioned way then. Yep, where is it? No. Like I said, if you want to know when I go live again, best way is to go here, and you will be able to see my notifications there. The other one, but I am guessing that that one's not going to work either then. No. Okay, so I have to mess about with this because something broke. That's not handy dandy. Well, then we'll just do that manually as well. There we go. We have our own little Discord community called Cloak and Dagger that I run together with my boyfriend. Everybody is more than welcome to join us there. Click on the link there. It's also on my Twitch page, and I tend to announce when I go live there as well. So yeah, good way to keep track of that. I do stick to indie games mostly for streaming, and I'm going to be looking into setting up some charity streaming again for towards the end of the year with our group, maybe some other streamers as well that I know, see if they want to hop in on the fun and want to help us raise money for a charity. Which one and everything we'll announce closer to the date itself, once we know when that's going to be. So keep an eye on our socials, and you will be the first to know. With that being said, I am gonna call it quits for today. Let's be fancy again. There's really some stuff that broke because my transitions aren't working either. So I need to figure out where that one went. I might actually do that before Thursday. Who knows? Yeah, but that being said, take good care of yourself. Don't do anything silly or stupid or anything. Make sure you stay safe out there. Take care, and hopefully see you guys the next time. Bye bye!